Welcome back to Black Clover Anime Review, episode 105. This I'm doing the 156nd episode of anime to tomorrow. Yep. Now, those of you who were thinking that I was going to upload a video yesterday, well, there kind of was a good reason why. I didn't have anything to record. Well, nothing to talk about much anyways. That's the main reason why I didn't upload anything yesterday. I mean, I don't think my subscriber count went down because I uploaded everything just yesterday. I mean, yes, I did upload several videos a couple days ago, but this video here is the only video I plan to put up today. Now, if somehow in the next couple days I mention up something, it'll be something because I'm watching right now Demon Slayer, so that's gonna be watching next. I just finished up. Well, I just pretty much finished up. Well, from what I can tell, like I got ReZero up at the most recent episode done. For Black Clover, I'm not really going to worry about it because, well, the episodes they released dubbed, well, there was about 3 of them. One I didn't really care for when it first came out. Second one was really good. Third one I'll finish up later. Yeah. Now, to tomorrow. This one's quite interesting. They acknowledge several times in the episode that apparently it's been 1 year since the event of the Magical Knights exam. Which, okay, that's actually quite interesting. Because in the series itself, it barely acknowledges how much time has passed. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Stuff like the opening arc of the series was basically introductions to several of the characters related to Black Bulls. The Eye Midnight Sun, their attack, their reincarnation arc with the elves. A lot of stuff has happened. And it takes episode 152, an anime original episode, to acknowledge this. Yep, and plus, there's actually a bit of canon stuff here, too. I'll get to that. So, Asta, Noelle, Yami, Fenrir, and Gordon go to the Magical Knights entrance exam. Yep, they go visit it. And, oh boy, this is where we throw in some stock footage. Yes, another episode that was in stock footage, but at least this one is not like not like that one stock footage episode where it's just Yuno, Klaus, and Mimosa, where they're sitting at one table the whole time, and then pretty much having everything related to Eye Midnight Sun in just one episode. This one basically has stuff related to the opening arc of the series, and some stuff basically planted here and there, but it's great. Even though you can kind of say this is partially a clip show, but there's still a lot of original stuff here. Yep. So we don't really. You see a little bit of the Magical Knights exam shown in the episode. We see what was the first round, the original one, where in that one basically Asta was pointing out that he couldn't fly a broom, which that still is true because he has no magic. So after a while reminiscing, of course, Yuno pops up here, along with all Magic Knight captains, kind of like what he did back in episode 2. The only difference is, here's something interesting though. Aside from Yami, the only one of the captains who has any lines this episode is William Bonchance, which, that's quite something. He's the only one who does. Not Real, not Dorothy. Actually, Nozella's got a few lines, which that's interesting. But yeah, only 3 captains. Yami, Nozelle, and William Bonchance. None of the other captains, not even Charlotte, who she herself makes a cameo, which my only guess is the reason why they put her here, show her here in this particular scene, is because she was there for the last one, so why not have her here? And after basically all the reminiscing, do the Black Bulls get a member? Nope. No, they don't. And then afterwards, they have a party afterwards at their base, which they have all the members of Black Bulls there, with the exception of Zora. Yeah, he was not there for some reason. Yeah, they had everybody else there. They had Henry, Charmy, Vanessa, who was also pulling up Noelle's one part of her clothes because she's drunk. Which I kind of thought, though, that the way it was explained in the Witches Gathering episode, that she was going to lay off the booze, and yet here, maybe because it's just day off from training, that's probably the reason why she's basically heavy on the booze. Also, I believe she's in her underwear. Typical Vanessa. Yep. And in case you're wondering, did the other Black Bull show up in the episode? Does Magna, does Locke, do any other Black Bulls have any lines? Aside from the characters who appear in this episode? Nope, not really. Mimosa. Yes, Mimosa and Klaus have got no lines, but yet they're seen during ending credits. It almost kind of feels as though this episode could have been the series finale for the series, if in fact, if basically Parrot released that announcement just a couple days ago that, yeah, Black Clover's going to continue next year, no problem. So there's that. And if I could tell next week, it looks like they're going to go back to training, stuff. And one thing I didn't like of this episode, there's a bit of a continuity hiccup here, where they say, oh yeah, can't wait to basically start training with the Spirit Guardians, even though it was just, I believe it's just a few episodes back, they actually got permission to do that. I'm like, did the writers of this episode forget about that? Yeah, apparently they forgot what happened just a few episodes back when the Queen of the Heart Kingdom actually told the Wizard King, yeah, they've been given permission to train with them. Why the heck the writers forgot about that, I have no idea. Even though, yes, it's kind of a look back episode, but you can kind of say also this is kind of toward the end of pretty much the third season of the show. I mean, there's like 2 episodes left. Pretty much episode, I think it's going to be like 50, I think it's probably 154 is going to be the end of the third season for the show. Yep. The show's only been on the air for 3 years, yet they acknowledge only 1 year has passed by. Oh, what was the canon stuff in this episode? William Vanges gives, back the pendant. Yes, because if you read the current arc of the manga, he apparently got, it's explained, he got the back panel. This episode explains that, which I'm very glad they remember that. Like my guess is, it's just my personal theory, that the writer of this series told the animators, hey, could you throw this little bit in this episode to basically explain something I basically mentioned in my currently in the series right now? And my guess is the animators like, okay, no problem. And they did it. Yeah, according to William Vanchins, apparently the pendant was found by the chain guy. Yeah, the guy who and Asta fought back in the first arc of the series. Yeah, apparently he found it when he was looting the Shadow Palace, which, that was interesting. Yeah. Which, last time I saw the thing in the series, it was taken by the guy who later became who basically brought in the devil that Asta is basically sliced in half in the series, which there's actually a little bit of stock footage to that. Oh, by the way, we also see some anti-birds here. Oh yeah, in case you're curious though, does Nero turn back into her human form? Nope. She stays in bird form the whole episode, including the ending credit sequence. I'm like, really? That to me makes no freaking sense at all. Because with the exception of what happened a few episodes back, it seems as though she hasn't done a lot of anything in this anime riddle stuff. Yeah, she's done nothing. I mean, the only kind of plot development they gave for her was actually in an episode that Asta basically dealt with, where he was asked, I think it was the Hakeem episode, where they gave a little bit of plot development for her, which I thought the character was so cool. The fact the animators did that for her, even though it's just a small bit, but it was great. And the fact that the Wizard King found out about her real name, which I thought that was cool. And yet, nothing. Yeah. I wouldn't personally mind seeing something whole episode that's not basically freaking stock footage. Yes, that's something interesting though. I mean, last time the episode focused on Nero was a stock footage 2-parter. I mean, I wouldn't mind an original episode focused on her, because currently in the manga, she's not doing much of anything. Yeah, I mean, her most recent appearance was she's in Noel's group, who's over in the Heart Kingdom when they're rescued by the elves. Yeah, and she hasn't done much of anything this whole arc, which I'm like, really? Yeah, that's the most recent thing they've done with Nero. And it's also interesting that Noelle's actually blushing at Asta again. Of course, she still calls him stupid Asta, which is typical for her. I mean, I like that bit for her and look back stuff, but aside from the hiccup, this is actually a pretty good episode. Yeah, which I think maybe start with next week. That they're gonna basically move forward for this, and maybe they're gonna start the original stuff that the writer basically was working on with the series. Maybe that's gonna start next week. Who knows? Or heck, it could start with the beginning of what could be the fourth season series. Yeah, that could definitely be it. Yep. But not much to say about this episode. It's really good. Also, no new chapter release this week for the manga. Well, there's gonna be a chapter release Friday, but I'm gonna save that for Tuesday of next week. Yep, basically it'd be the 24th. Yep. Yep, so that's a particular view, and that's probably going to be it for videos today, because, well, I have no other videos planned aside from this one. Yeah, because, well, I'm taking a break from Naruto Shippuden because it's a long series, and I kind of need to work on something else to basically, because it's a good series. It's just that it's so long. Like I've been on for quite a while. I just need like a break from it, so I can just basically focus some other stuff I really want to work on, and then get back to it. Because basically, starting tonight, I'm gonna start watching Demon Slayer. I mean, it's only about 17 episodes, and maybe when I finish that, I might get back to it, or I could start with her dub. Who knows? Okay. See you next video. Bye.